In this video, we're going to take a look at rendering in Solidworks. Rendering creates a photorealistic image of a product that you have designed in Solidworks. And we're going to save this as a JPEG file so we can insert it into other documents. We're going to keep it pretty basic. Rendering in Solidworks, which is done through PhotoView 360, is actually pretty impressive, but we're going to keep it pretty simple here to start. This works both in an assembly and a part file. It is the exact same process. You will need a tab for Solidworks add-ins. If you don't have the tab, just right-click, go to Tabs, and turn Solidworks add-ins on. You're looking to use PhotoView 360, Solidworks rendering application. This will open a toolbar with your rendering tools, which we're going to work out of most here. What I have on the screen is what's known as render region. This box, it will only render what's inside of here instead of all the workspace. So you can customize this. As you zoom in and orbit, you can then change the size of this render region. That way it will only render this area, which will save you quite a bit of time in the final rendering process. First things first, set the material, set the appearance. You can change the appearance here in the top toolbar, in the heads-up display, or in the task pane. I'm just going to go with a different color plastic. Let's say that this is not the color that you want. Adding a custom color, again, we're going to keep this pretty basic. In the heads-up display, I will get multiple color options. Let's say you did it in orange, or wanted orange. Orange is not a default color selection. You could choose purple. You could also choose from this gradient and really customize that color however you see fit. And this is a pretty simple selection. Let's go with like a brighter green just for this demonstration. So not only have I changed the color, I've also made a custom color. Next thing is the orientation on your screen. Zoom in or zoom out. Adjust your render region box. Scene illumination. Sorry, back that up. Let's edit the scene. You can choose it here in the top toolbar, in the heads-up display, or also choose here in the task pane. You can go through, choose a couple different options. We do want it to contrast from the object. It's like a black object on the black background would not be in your best interest. This does not give a good depiction of what you're looking for, so you might have to try a couple of these. And the first time out, you might like it, you might not, but we're going to take a look at that as well. So I've chosen a different scene. Scene illumination. I think this is well worth your time. By default, I think you get 18 different options, which I think you can go up to 24. It's just a multiplication factor of the number of columns. Not really changing much here, just kind of getting a quick preview. Background darkness, is the object lighter, and for a real quick selection, I think it's well worth your time. I'm just going to hit OK. Now to render. Final rendering, and we were going to keep this basic, not changing the light, angles, and all that stuff. We're going to continue without a camera. Again, trying to keep this fairly basic. This is going through depixelating. As you can see, I have done this multiple times. If you like one that you have rendered prior, you can go back and select it. But we want to save this image as a JPEG file. Save image as JPEG file, you name it. That way you can drop this into a Word or Google Doc in our case. So now that you have finally seen it on this background, because you didn't get a good depiction of what it was going to look like prior to rendering, you could try a different scene and see if you like that one better. You're going to get that running list at the bottom of your screen. You can always go back and choose one that you may have liked better. Let's go with this one for this example, and then final render. So again, if I like one that I have rendered prior better than this one, I could go and choose this and save this image. So this is our first time rendering. We're going to keep it simple. One suggestion is once you are done to turn off Photo View 360. If you have to come back and make a change dimensionally, structurally, I would turn Photo View 360 off, and you can continue to modify or fine-tune your product design. Okay.